the Church of Scientology is so afraid of.
This is SPTV.
Hello, you guys. Hope everyone is having an awesome evening. I wanted to hop on here real quick to really react to the news that was discussed earlier by Growing Up in Scientology about the Fifth Amendment, right? And the fact that about the Fifth Amendment, right? It looks like Danny Masterson is being advised to plead the Fifth Amendment on his civil lawsuit. And you know, we really need to react to the fact that the Fifth Amendment right is something that anybody that goes inside of those hotels, you guys, does not believe in whatsoever. Like, the Fifth Amendment right is like, no, you want to incriminate yourself, because if you don't incriminate yourself, you won't go free. I mean, that is exactly how L Ron Hubbard was pitching it. So I just wrote a little statement that I wanted to read to you guys all real quick. So we really kind of like separate the facts from the BS, and we start calling out some of the hypocrisy that goes along, so that we really start questioning what's going on. Today we bear witness to the bewildering hypocrisy within the world of Scientology, a so-called belief system that on one hand encourages its members to divulge their deepest secrets and actively data mines self-incrimination admissions through what is dubbed a security check. We have a lime popsicle, you guys. It's so good. It's Mexican lemonade, but frozen. Everything lime. Making that lemonade. On the other hand, they're advising their good standing member, convicted felon Danny Masterson, to consider invoking the Fifth Amendment in his impending legal battles, including the civil trial where he stands accused of harassing and intimidating the Jane Does from his criminal trial. This perplexing contradiction raises an array of questions that demand unequivocal answers. Within the confines of Scientology, the memos written by convicted indicted felon L Ron Hubbard delve deeply into the lives of its paying members. These individuals are urged, even coerced, and including but not limited to even pay, to submit themselves to highly invasive sessions that pry them into fully and unequivocally incriminating themselves. These sessions unequivocally lead to admissions of serious criminal offenses, including but not limited to Class A felonies. And my mic is not connected, but thank God I realized it quickly. I feel like Aaron. It's my mic connected, you guys. There we go. Sorry about that. These sessions unequivocally lead to admissions of serious criminal offenses, including but not limited to Class A felonies. Astonishingly, these so-called audit sessions or sec checks are meticulously video recorded and contemporaneously transcribed, all within the confines of converted hotel rooms. It is essential to note that these highly irregular, pseudo-self-incriminating, and potentially illegal depositions are often conducted by individuals, including but not limited to minors, such as myself, who were groomed to effectively serve as interrogators for including but not limited to self-admitted adult felons. They are in essence fully expected and charged with the responsibility of extracting all the self-incriminating, highly damning information. So Scientology has thrived on this unthinkable practice, which utilizes and exposes minors to both sides of the role play as the auditor and PC, aka the dom and the sub, without the ability to set a shred of boundary. That's on the sub, the PC side. They are literally not able to have an advocate for themselves inside that room, you guys, because the interrogator that's convincing them to incriminate themselves is supposed to be their advocate. Imagine that, you guys. Imagine that. Oh yeah, let me advocate for yourself. Like, just sit here for the next 5 hours incriminating yourself, because that's really going to make you feel amazing. You have no idea how amazing you're going to feel after you tell us every felony you've committed, as kids are expected to ask disgusting, highly explicit questions. Have you ever committed a felony for which you have not been arrested? Have you ever done something sexually perverted with a child? Have you ever had sex with a member of your own family? Like, why in the literal hell are kids expected to be conducting those interrogations? Why is that so hard for law enforcement, including but not limited to the FBI, you guys, that we all saw the live from, you know, Mike Brown and what happened to his mother, like the horrific abuse that has been reported. So, you know, next time people are asking us like, oh, have you reported to the FBI? Everything has been reported, you guys. Everything has been reported. Everything has been made available. There is no appetite to help kids is what the problem is. There's no lack of reports. There's no lack of receipts. There is no lack of nothing. They have everything they need. They just don't have the willingness to help those kids being tapped to do those unthinkable jobs because, you know, the people at the FBI are still scratching their heads thinking, am I going to really insult somebody if I say, why do you have a 12-year-old having conversations with an adult for 5 hours in a hotel room about disgusting, deranged sexual admissions of perversions? Are we going to really violate their religious rights, you guys? Is what we're being told as of today. Still, they're really wondering as if kids are not doing this, you guys. We've been getting reports right now that there are kids right now that are doing it. So the practice could not be continuing right now because it's still being continued because, again, your parents tell you, oh my God, you're an auditor. How amazing. You're really going up that bridge. That bridge is really going to get you to become very free. And meanwhile, you're having these children being groomed, enabled by their parents to do all of that. So that's pretty outrageous. So yes, the FBI knows. Yes, the government knows. Yes, everybody knows. Everybody's just still sitting on a rock, scratching their heads, really trying to figure it out. So the organization that has wholeheartedly endorsed self-incrimination, celebrating the vulnerability of its members as a means to secure and control their own financial gain. I mean, no less, you guys. Yet once Scientology itself is placed under any legal scrutiny or called to answer for its actions, it appears they have no qualms about resorting to the Fifth Amendment, a legal safeguard designed to protect individuals from self-incrimination. Isn't that great, you guys? So When Scientology needs to really answer up, then they really go for the Fifth Amendment. Yeah, Danny, really do assert that for yourself. Is really going to help you. You know, supposedly these people are the most ethical people in the world. So the Fifth Amendment goes against what is written in L Ron Hubbard's memos. L Ron Hubbard says you must incriminate yourself to go free. So why is Danny not going free? Why is Danny not answering the questions just transparently, just like he was told to do that as a child inside those hotel rooms? So why can they have it both ways, right, guys? Why? This glaring incongruity raises serious doubts about the organization's integrity and motives. How can they simultaneously champion the pursuit of truth through admissions only to invoke silence when faced with their own accountability? The hypocrisy is staggering and speaks to their willingness to play dumb, to manipulate all angles, stretching them beyond the point of utter absurdity. Scientology security checks stand exposed for what they truly are, a tool to extract self-incriminating information from their members, all the while profiting from their vulnerabilities. And just to sprinkle a little added bonus, guys, also practicing law without a license. Let's just all just do a 2-week course inside a hotel and really learn how to really data mine felonies, because, you know, even kids can be taught the ABCs on how to data mine the felonies. And just like that, you know, everyone in that hotel is, you know, practicing law without a license, because who needs to follow the law when you have memos from an indicted felon that you could also just role play? You're really following the law. Because don't get it twisted, you guys. You really have to let go. Oh my God, does it say to ask for a literal felony? That's what it says right here. So God forbid you change the word. God forbid, you guys. It's utterly unthinkable that anyone there can say, y'all, what in the like, what is this question? I'm not going to ask that question. You know, what the hell is that all about? The double standard is not just astounding, it's deeply troubling. As we advocate for justice, it's high time to confront this contradiction head on. Y'all can have it all the way, every way, any way. That is just ridiculous, and it makes a true mockery of the entire legal process. Therefore, we demand genuine transparency and accountability, for no one, including Scientology, should be above the literal law. You guys, I mean, y'all get mad that I say literal a lot. Well, you know what? It's like we're so tired of speaking in circles with people that play dumb all the time. So it's not an insult to you guys. It's not an insult to you. Sometimes we're speaking to those other people that are watching, but are just like, you know, playing dumb and having no critical thinking skills for themselves, as if we're not in this year 2023, as if, you know, everyone's still running around checking what a convicted indicted felon said to do back in the 60s. And no one can question it, because God forbid, we really want to respect that American right to read the memos of a convicted felon that happened in the 60s, and that he wrote all manner of absurdities on a piece of paper. And just like that, all the laws of the United States were rendered utterly toothless and useless. All manner of minors were exposed to the scourge of being tokenized and abused in those hotels, while all manner of executives watched, consulted, supervised all of these depravities. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that now Danny Masterson really wants to apply that right for himself. when, again, we're making the point. If L Ron Hubbard says not to do that, Danny, why are you listening to your attorneys? You know, maybe you should get different set of attorneys that can actually advocate for you, since your attorneys have literally been the worst attorneys you could have ever found for yourself. Literally. You're in there still doing Scientology's bidding, and you're just sinking yourself more and more and more because you're not being transparent. That's why. If you would have literally taken it upon yourself to be like, okay, guys, you know what? I was being ill-advised by those people in that hotel. I paid for it, and they told me that this was all legit, that this was exactly what it was, and that someone in a 2-week hotel course could really advise me and interrogate me and self-incriminate me and lure me to self-incriminate, because it's not like all of those receipts are already there, you guys. And really, that's the point. You know, how much longer do we all have to sit here on the sidelines with our intelligence being insulted on the daily, as everybody just goes, oh yeah, we really have to check a lot of things, you guys. We really have to figure it all out because we don't have a shred of a clue. Yet every day we find out more people that have come forward, more people that have gone to law enforcement that are brought receipts. I mean, it's not like Mike Brown's literal mom that was abused in unthinkable ways kept track of every last ledger like that. Is how it was all turned to the FBI, and they're just still like, okay, like, thank you for that information. We'll keep thinking about it. We'll keep just thinking about it because, you know, it's not like minors are not in there right now. It's not like seniors are not in there still today, right now, without a shred of advocate. Let's just really take another 10 years because it's so hard for us to knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Oh my God. Who's there? Oh my God. Look, they have a folder. Oh, look, they have video recordings. Oh, look, they did all our job for us. These cases aren't hard to prove, you guys. The evidence is being kept by the people that are committing the abuse. Get it? So that's what we're questioning today. What in the literal hell is going on, and how much longer do we have to wait? So this was going to be a short little live, you guys, because we literally had to react to the hypocrisy, because it's almost like it's so unreal that everyone just like goes along with it. But, you know, it's like nobody knows what these Scientology people are really doing inside those hotels. So in what world are they data mining for the felonies? And then when they really do show up to court, where it really does count to be transparent, then they don't want to be transparent. So when you go inside the hotel, you pay to be very transparent. Never mind that you're told that there will be no legal consequences whatsoever, even though they're asking you to incriminate yourself or you're not leaving the room. So it's not like, oh, some people did incriminate themselves and some people didn't. Every last shred of adult that did the audits has incriminated themselves. If they've ever committed a crime, you guys, they have already admitted to it. They've already video recorded it. They've already written it into an ethics file. They've already written into a PC file. They've already written into a personnel file. They've already sent out a report in a KR to this person and that executive, and everybody finds out. Nothing is confidential in there. Everything's just being shared willy-nilly. The higher the executives are, you guys, the more deranged they get, and the more that data for them becomes so like, oh my God, did you just hear what so-and-so just came up in their session? That's how they talk. So this whole idea about the priest penitent, whatever, like everybody talks about it. It's just like in the hallway, you know, like in the ivory tower, there'd be like 10 people. in this converted room. And you know what? We already put a photo, a literal photo of what that room looks like, you guys. And you can check it on the community lines because we've already put the evidence there. I mean, again, it's like, it's not like we're not like finding the receipts. We've got them already. We've got the receipts all over right here. Let me see if I can find it real quick to just show you that. Because I think that, you know, a photo can really tell 1,000 words. God, we're putting so many stuff on the community lines. Here it is. Okay. So it's this right here, you guys. That's the set. That's an auditing session, an ivory tower. Okay. And then you can see that over here, there's like the video recording. Okay, of a session happening in a hotel room with a person across, and these people are talking about it. Oh yeah, check this out, check that out, look what they're saying, look what they're doing, look what they're recording, look what questions we're asking. So it's all being done in plain sight, and yet no one could be playing more dumb in this year 2023, still pretending this is a very hard case to solve and no one has a shred of a clue. So we're pushing back on that complete false narrative, you guys. And we really want to answer to the question, why does no one plead the fifth inside the hotels? And why are now all of these Scientologists really wanting to plead the fifth in the real world? So playing the fifth is against their literal so-called religious right that they adopted from an indicted convicted felon. So maybe they can get better attorneys to maybe really start checking what was pitched in those memos that got their clients to become who they became, instead of playing dumb that they had no shred of a clue and they couldn't be more innocent, when that's not how it worked in those hotels. All right, guys. Hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you all really, really soon. Bye-bye.